Oh, let me turn the mic around. We're back, y'all. Every month, I told you guys every single month, I'm going to post something on this YouTube channel. It will probably be very low effort. Unless it's an occasion where I feel like editing is required, we are going to keep it short and simple and sweet until I get to those moments where I feel like we need to do a little bit more love to this video. We need to edit it. But I'm just checking in for the month of May. My last video that dropped, you guys saw me pretty much pouring out my emotions about completing my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity and networking. No, I haven't found a job yet, but with the current state of our world, our country, just finances as a whole, I'm very blessed. Thank the man above every single day that I do have a job. Okay, because I could not have a job. I actually have two jobs. So we're going to thank the man above for having two forms of income. Now, let's see what's been happening in the month of May. So much, in all honesty. Happy belated Mother's Day to all of the mothers. I know I'm a few weeks behind, but I was also enjoying my very own Mother's Day. Didn't really get a time to record until now, for example. But I'm on my lunch break of 45 minutes and kind of just wanted to touch base, throw up, do a little recording, and just to give you guys a rundown of what's been going on this month for me. I actually have 36 minutes. But did you know you have 30 minutes? That gets me every single time. But yeah, nothing too crazy has been going on for the month of May. We're rolling into June, pretty much like halfway through the year, which is crazy, 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 crazy. But I will say I've been making some big changes and moves here moving forward. Been addressing the elephant in the room, which in all honesty, you guys, has been finances for me. I am 32 years old. I am a single mother. I work two jobs and I have a bachelor's degree that I have not utilized. So obviously from pretty much like every, middle class to lower class citizen in this country have debt, and the debt to income ratio is not mathing. Typical. I have come to terms with that. That's something I've been putting off and ignoring for maybe the past 15 years of my life. As a 32-year-old, I do not have a savings account. My savings account was actually depleted when my mother passed away in 2018. So obviously the cost of inflation at that time and her life insurance policy did not cover everything needed to bury her. So what did I do as, firstborn child, the oldest out of me and my sister, because my dad has his own children? I did what I needed to do to make sure that my mother had the proper burial, buried my mother, and I have not since then recovered from actually my savings. Now, that is my own doing. I also have come to terms maybe last month that I'm not great with finances, but that is okay. You live and you learn. Now, what are you going to do to make sure moving forward that this is not an issue? So I think you guys probably remember sometime last year around September, October, I kind of wanted to get into trading, options trading to be exact. It really, to be honest, didn't work out for me. And not to say that it won't work out in the future. It's just I feel like I had a lot on my plate trying to juggle. I actually just completed my bachelor's this past February. So there might be some opportunity there in the future for me to do options trading, but I do need to address things like a savings account moving forward. I did open a high yield savings account, which I'm outside of my two jobs and being a mother, I'm doing so much research and I'm learning to how to make my current income work for me. Because I do have two jobs and I do work 6 days a week, it's kind of impossible for me. Again, it might work for others, but it's impossible for me, to be honest, to read candlesticks. And when the market is actually open, I'm actually working at State Farm. So I don't really have the time that I can really read candlesticks with my job role. Okay. And then my part time job is on the weekends. The market is closed. So, so we have a little bit of a dilemma, but there's always a way to make money. Always, 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 always. So I opened a high yield savings account. I opened a brokerage account for myself. I opened a Roth IRA. Okay. And then I actually also just opened up a custodial account for my kid. Now, essentially what this is that I'm able to, while she's 11 right now, I am taking the necessary steps to make sure that when she's of age, and I set the account to 18 years old, that she is a free will to do with the money as she pleases. Now, while I have about 7 years until we actually reach that 18-year mark, I'm going to just kind of instill in my child certain things and get her educated about, hey, this is what your account is. This is what it can do for you. Now, what are you going to do with that information? I'm hoping that she will be the opposite of me. I personally, and this is something that I know about myself. I have problems with money. I have problems with spending sporadically. I kind of always lived with the philosophy of the money is not always going to be here. I'm not always going to be here. I feel like that's a good and a bad mindset, obviously, because once you start to have children, you don't want them to kind of inhabit the same mindset. It's great to spend money. It's great to enjoy your money. I view it as enjoying your money. But when you start to become older, do you want to work until you're 80 years old? No, you should not be. You should be enjoying the fruits of your labor. You should be on vacations every other month. You should be enjoying free time to go sit in the park if you want to, bird watch if you want to, go to bingo night if you want to. Whatever you want to do with your free time, you should be able to do that. But also your money that you have should be making money for you while you're enjoying your time. My money right now is not making any money for me. From from the two jobs that I have alone, my money is going to straight debt, which is either student loans, credit cards, whatever have you, because I was terrible when I was younger managing my money with credit cards, being a new single mother on top of that. I've been a single mother since the moment of conception with my child. Again, not leaving room for excuses, but we're going to create solutions. Okay. So had my child at 21, 10 years or 11 years ago now, because she's 11. Just was terrible with money. Just trying to figure out like, hey, how am I finna pay rent this month? Hey, how am I finna get groceries? Like I'm worried about things that were in front of me, but also giving my money like self gratification. So constantly going out, constantly partying, constantly drinking, constantly eating out. Things that in all honesty, I could have saved. So last month I just kind of went through all of my expenses and things that I can actually tackle here moving forward. Opening all of these accounts, I'm saying all of these accounts, but they're all for great purposes. High yield savings account. I did open an account with SoFi. We're looking at, if I'm not mistaken, 3.75 APY. I do have a Chime account as well, which offers the same benefits, which I think I might actually use SoFi and Chime at the same time. Hey, I have my auto loan through Wells Fargo, which will be completed and paid off. So that's, again, $600 a month that I have of free will to now take the $600, divide it amongst debt and savings, and put it into my kids' custodial account or whatever have you. I did dedicate one stream of income, though, to my kids' custodial account, which is all of the earnings that I actually make from my Twitch account, Instagram, Facebook, any form of social media, that those payments actually go directly into her custodial account. And this is why. this whole my I was content creating for about 7 years and kind of blew all of that money. I have nothing to show for any of the contracts, any of the other than, hey, I did this collaboration with Meta. Hey, I did this collaboration with Microsoft. Hey, I can only say I have this to show for it. The money didn't make any money for me. And unfortunately, that's where knowledge comes into play, and wanting to do more with not only your talent but the income that you're given. I blew it all. But there is still room and time to take the necessary steps and to do better moving forward. So I have made the decision, although there's so many different forms of content creation, I made the decision to take my like retirement from Twitch and live streaming video games, especially. Uh, I'm going to go back to doing it, but in a part-time as I see fit method. I'm only utilizing these platforms so that I can fund certain accounts for my kid. None of the proceeds are going to me. They're all going to my child. So again, an avenue that I have that's considered passive income, like very minimum work. I play video games, loved them since I was a kid. But being able to do something passively so that the income results to my kid is pretty much a hack in and of itself. And I should have been doing this, but again, I did not know about Roth IRAs and I didn't know about ETFs and I knew about stocks and whatever have you, but where I grew up and being from Chicago, the area that I lived in, it was not generational wealth is not talked about in my family. Neither my father, excuse me, y'all, it's Boots. My father's side or my mother's side. A lot of my family members on my father's side did not even graduate high school. So again, not allowing the excuses to hinder what I'm trying to accomplish in the future. So, oh, and I just found out that my job matches for 401k, 100%. I've already done a disservice of 2 years to myself because I wasn't contributing anything to a 401k. I am now. I have I think like 3,000 sitting in there, which I have a whole nother 30 years at this point before I'm even to reach the retirement age, which is pretty much, they say 59 and a half years old, which is crazy. Just say 60. When you're 60, you can retire. So when I retire, my focus now is to make sure that I have money, in my 401k, that my kid has a custodial account good and ready to go, and my Roth IRA. So yeah, that's kind of what I have going on, you guys. Again, so many things, moving pieces is going on in my brain. I'm actually executing it. I just want my kid to be set up for success and her to not have to hinder or go through the things that I went through because I had to grow up very quickly. My real first experience with responsibility was when my mother had breast cancer when I was 12 years old. And in the midst, my parents were going through a divorce all at the same time. So not only was my parents separating, my mother was terminally ill. My mother did not have support from her husband to make sure that she would be able to live and then also taking care of us. My father left us with my terminally ill mother. So at that point, we had to move back with family. We were staying with my great aunt, and I was 12 years old. I was homeschooled, and I had to I used a EBT card for the first time. Like, my mother was so weak from chemotherapy that she couldn't even cook. She couldn't go grocery shopping. She couldn't even bathe herself. And again, at 12 years old, I had to execute, okay, I got to feed my little sister and then also try to feed my mother. Got to bathe my mother. I attended all of my mother's chemo radiation therapy sessions and everything. When I became 13 years old, because she got sick right before I was 12. In hospitals, normally, children are not allowed in like the chemo rooms or the radiation rooms until they're like 13 and older. I started going to my mother's sessions right when I turned 13. I was there when she had her surgery. She got both of her breasts removed. So my kid, I'm sorry, y'all, one moment. Boots. Y'all, having a baby dog is, stop it. What is wrong with you? Are you upset? Come here. What's wrong? You want to say hi? Want to say hi? Come on. Because you over here tripping. You over here tripping. Get it together. Get it together. Look, the camera's confused. Get it together. Say hi. Say hi, YouTube. My name Boots. Boots badass. She crazy. Okay, get down. Down. Come on. Okay. So, needless to say, I'm saying all of this because my kid, even though as a single parent, does not have to grow up right now. Like, I'm pretty sure, and I make sure she don't have to do nothing. Like, if she, like yesterday, she took the trash out for the first time. She volunteered to do that. I didn't force her. She wanted to do it on her own. I don't want my kid to really have to do too much of nothing. Now, granted, I want you to learn how to do basic human shit. Okay, brush your own teeth. I shouldn't have to do that for you. You need to know how to clean your bathroom, separate your laundry, do your laundry. Obviously, that makes sense. But I was carrying so much weight at her age that still to this day, I can't even fathom. I can't fathom. So, and in that time, like I did not understand still what was going on. I just knew that my mother needed my help. And I'm always stick beside my mother, even in death. Gonna always be there for my mother. But again, I say all this to say is that everything that happened to me in my past built me up to be who I am today, the woman that I am today, the mother that I am today. But with that being said, I don't want the cycles to keep repeating themselves of the struggle. I've been a part of the struggle life for such a long time. Like I'm gonna honestly say probably since I was about 12 years old. And not saying that that's okay. I recognize that. I understand it. I don't regret or would change any of that whatsoever. I'm definitely built different, and that's okay. But again, I want to be able to have my child be comfortable, and I want her to be like, you know, my mom set this up for me, and this is what I know. And when she decides to have a family of her own, you know, or her circle of friends or whoever, I want them to have the knowledge that I didn't have until I was twice their age. So I want them to have a leg up on life. If you start saving in a high yield savings account when you start your first job at 15, 16 years old, and then guess where you're going to be at when you're 60 with that high yield savings account. We're not even talking about a high yield savings account and a Roth IRA. We're not even talking about just a regular bank account. We're not talking about a Chase bank account or a Wells Fargo bank account. We're talking about a high yield savings account, a brokerage account. You simply putting $100 a month, you know, a week, 2 weeks or whatever to the side into a high yield savings account. 40 years from now, guess where you're going to be at? So needless to say, I'm very excited, and I'm going to be the level of discipline that I'm about to tap into. I've never been here before. I'm excited. I'm scared, but I know God always provides. He will never put anything more on me than I cannot handle. And I've handled a lot since the age of 12 years old. So y'all tap in. I will be talking about this more, obviously, but like I said, I'm really excited. I'm excited. I'm scared. You know, we're here, even though, you know, I could have been doing this a long time ago, but we cannot change the past. We can only address what's in front of us in the future moving forward, and we can definitely control that. So needless to say, I'm going to be tapping in with y'all every month. Again, I'm gonna be showing y'all progress and holding myself accountable. I'm hoping y'all hold me accountable. And yeah, we definitely gonna be trying to stream on Twitch a little bit more, just so that we can get that income and going into my daughter's account. And we're gonna invest into some ETFs in her custodial account, so the money is making money for her. And yeah, we gonna everything's in God's hands. That's all I can say. Everything is in God's hands. So I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. All right. Remember, we're starting at 0. Oh, let me kind of just show y'all the accounts. So okay. So I'm just gonna show you my kid's account. If y'all can see that, we're starting literally at 0. So and show y'all I ain't bullshitting. We're starting at 0. I'm gonna be making sure I get my butt on Twitch at least at least a couple days a week. I know it's gonna be, well, she's gonna be out of school now, so I could probably do some morning streams, whatever have you. But I'm excited. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be wonderful. So I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Love, peace, and chicken grease. All right. All right. Make sure y'all follow on socials. Y'all can follow my gaming page as well. But I'm gonna catch you on the next one.